Today was Labor Day, but it's still time to do from job to call in 30 days. Today was the first day of section 5 for me, and this section is all about teamwork. So we started off with accountability, and the way that this was kind of set up was about setting up a brain trust, which is what is something that they did at Pixar, and they had a bunch of people together that are able to provide candid responses and different pieces of feedback for certain things. Now, I haven't been in a position where I've really needed to implement that particular thing, since I still feel like I'm pretty small scale. But what I do is I make it intentional to reach out to people and to connect with people that are close to me or see me in different situations, and try to attain honest feedback from them. And that's not always easy, because sometimes they don't want to hurt my feelings, or sometimes they don't want to say something that might hurt the relationship. But if you're able to ask in a way where people don't really feel that concern, or you're able to get across the message that you just want to get feedback and really understand how you can be better, then it's not really much of a concern where you're like, oh, they might not give honest feedback. So that's really the way that I've kind of implemented it currently in terms of accountability. And the other part is just accountability with God too, like having the relationship with God, and talking to Him through prayer and through other things throughout the day, conversations with God. I'm able to understand what's right and what's not. So knowing that already, then when I go to God in prayer, when I talk to God, then I'm able to realize on a deeper level, this isn't really what I should have done, or I should have done this when I didn't do anything. And God's able to help me recognize that, which I think is essential. Uh, so that's the way that I have accountability kind of implemented in my life currently. In the future, I do kind of envision myself using a similar thing with what they said with the brain trust. Now, the only thing that I don't really know about the brain trust and the mastermind meeting is in terms of like the timing. It's kind of time intensive, so I don't know if that's really the best way to do that all the time. And I think there's maybe like once a quarter thing, but so it'd be more maybe like, say I'm a CEO, it's more like a board of directors sort of thing. But there are lots of different ways to be held accountable in life, and to hold others accountable. Which, when I'm looking at the next lessons coming up, we have helping others, including others, celebrating others and yourself, and then keeping others involved. So I mean, accountability is like the first step, but I don't think it's really the last step. And based off what the titles are, it isn't the last step. So I'll be kind of looking to see how accountability and the ideas of it get built on in the upcoming days, and then we'll go from there. So only blessings.